Entries are now being accepted for the Meadowlands Spring Mix Sale to be held on April 29. If last year's record-breaking spring sale is any indication, it's becoming a blossoming marketplace. Last year, a huge crowd was on hand, trade was extremely brisk, and quality racehorses commanded top prices. Enter now at tattersallsredmile.com.
Hey, I'm Heather Vitale for Harness Racing Update. After campaigning Pacer of the Year, Down by the Seaside, North America Cup winner, Fear the Dragon, and 3-year-old filly pacing champ, Blazin' Britches, trainer Brian Brown has some big shoes to fill. His own. So he stopped by the 2017 Trainer of the Year stable to see what 2-year-olds he has that may give him another stellar season. Brian Brown, first trainer in 23 years to have the 2 top money-earning horses in a single season. Fear the Dragon and Down by the Seaside, they are both retired now. So how are they making out? Not doing their job.
I think they're doing their job. Their books closed right away. It only took like a couple weeks and their books were closed. So, we're going to miss both of those horses. Hard to replace those kind of horses. So, we just bought more new ones and try again.
Well, you've got 113 here at Spring Garden Ranch. What really I was freaking out about, I gotta say, 2 aged horses, okay? The rest are 2 and 3-year-olds. 2 aged horses, Blazin' Britches, the absolutely wonderful and beautiful 3-year-old pacing filly of the year. And then you have another one that I was shocked about.
We have a trotter. I'm guessing he's 7 or 8. Muscle Network, a really nice horse. We've been in 210 with him. I think he had knee trouble when he was younger. He was actually the fastest 2-year-old his 2-year-old year. And what a big, good-looking Muscle Hill horse. If his knees will hold up, I think he'll be a really nice horse this year.
I cannot wait to watch him. This is so great. And just to get back to Blazin' Britches, give me an update on her.
She's been back in 215. She was bred to Fear the Dragon. They flushed the embryo, put it into another mare, and she took it. So we're good to go on and train. And when that horse is healthy, there were times we trained him with Fear the Dragon and Seaside, and she beat him in a training mile, like a 53 training mile. So high-speed horse with a great attitude, just wants to be a good horse.
We're going to start with the first crops. The Captaintreacherouses are 2-year-olds now. So first of all, a filly named the Mad Hatter, $22,000 from Lexington.
Right now, she looks like a steal. I didn't realize that's all Bruce paid for. Really nice filly on the track. She's probably my best filly for sure right now, and might be my best 2-year-old. Just a great attitude and has got great gaited. The captains, when we first started, you had to make them pace. I wasn't as high on them when we first got them, but after we had them 2 months maybe, now we really like them.
All right, very cool. Now we've also got a first crop 2-year-old Rockin Amadeus. Now the horse's name was Game 7 LeBron, changed to a Final Offer, and it's a filly.
Yes, she comes from a family that's was right there in Delaware, so we knew the family. And we really liked this filly when we went and saw her. She's another one that wasn't very good gaited when she got started, but as she's progressed, she's real good gaited. Maybe not great gaited, but good gaited, but has really grown and filled out, got a really thick chest on her now. We have a lot of high hopes for this horse.
When we were going through the list and we came up to the Sweet Lou's, Brian, you like your Sweet Lou's, don't you?
We really like them. From the day we broke 2 fillies, most of the time we have an Amishman break some. Bruce's guys at the farm break mainly his. We broke one for Bruce and another filly named Sweet Heaven. And those fillies both, as soon as you hooked them, took right off on the pace. I've got another colt for Bruce, a Sweet Lou, Smooth Lou, that's a very nice horse too.
Now on to Western Vintage. We've got a couple of those, again, first crop 2-year-olds. Turn Me Loose. The red filly, who is now all about Amy. You want to tell me about her and her namesake?
That's one my wife bought, and she named her after her sister, Amy Holler. But she's a red filly, kind of small when we bought her, and has really grown up. But she's a Western Vintage that, you know, she was getting a little bit warm. I've never really had big problems with red horses where I couldn't control them. This one was getting warm. We opened her bridle. She's gotten pretty good now, but real good gaited too, and a great attitude. We've been like 220 to 225 with all these. But at this point, you know, I have my share that aren't doing well right now. But out of the 75, we probably got a good 60 or more that are doing really well. So, you know, when we go home, then you'll start separating who's who.
Oh, yeah, no, absolutely. But still, those odds look pretty good right now. And I do want to just mention the other Western Vintage, Sumthinsubstantial, $57,000 from Harrisburg. And just the talk around the barn, people really like this horse.
This horse is a great looking horse. He comes from the Pacific. I think Pacific fella might be in his second dam. It's a real good family. I didn't go to Harrisburg to buy any Ohio breds. And we were only going to go to 50, but I couldn't help myself. I liked him so much that we went ahead and got him for 57. And he's really spooky. He sees a lot of stuff. He makes breaks. But boy, when he's pacing, he looks really well.
So moving on from our first crop 2-year-olds, we have Proof, a rock and roll dance, a homebred, and you really like him, right?
Yes, he is the second fold out of Ginger and Fred, which was a great mare Ronnie Burke trained, and I think Adam Bowden bought her as a brood mare. This is the second fold. I seen the first one actually bid on him. He was a Some Beach. I like this colt better than him. In that colt raced and did okay, but this colt's a little taller, leggier than his brother that was last year, and really like him. But you know, that Ginger and Fred, she should throw something. So very happy with this horse right now.
So tell me about your pet rock, Hulking.
This is a pretty nice colt, good attitude. Needs to fill out some yet, but training right along with the better ones.
And let's talk about Smackitwithahammer. His original name was Pacific McOcean. Smackitwithahammer, you have to explain first where the name comes from.
All right, he comes from the movie Christmas Vacation, where the squirrel is running around through the Christmas tree, and the father tells the son, go get a hammer. And the boy says, what are you going to do with the hammer? He says, we're going to smack it with the hammer.
I love it. And it's easy to remember, so look out for that one. All right, finally, Jessica's a beach boy. You're really loving this colt, aren't you?
Yes, he was a $150,000 colt. Bob Hamather owns. Nice horse, big, thick horse. I love the Some Beaches. They've been great to me. And this is what the good ones I've had by Some Beach, this is what they look like. Big, strong, rugged horses.
What are you terrible at, but you love doing anyway?
Probably playing poker. I used to play a lot when we were younger, but here in the last 7-8 years, I probably haven't played hardly at all, so it'd probably be even worse now.
What's the best money you ever spent?
Oh, geez, I don't know. Probably on a horse. I would say it wasn't my money, but the best money I probably ever spent was Won the West when we bought him as a yearling. You know, we gave $37,000 and he made almost $4 million. So he's actually responsible for this whole thing. Where we're at now is that horse is what got us all rolling.
I just heard your phone ringing. What's your ringtone?
It's a high estate fight song.
Favorite season?
Oh, of course, summer. That way it's nice out, but we're racing a lot. That's the best time of year.
If you could go in a time machine and just go anywhere, where would you go?
I would probably go back in late 60s, early 70s, And I would love to go back and go to like the old training centers down here, out east, you know, the Yonkers, Roosevelt, the big places, but just sit down and talk to the guys back then, Stanley and Billy and Joel Bryan, Delvin Miller, all those kind of guys. I'd love to, you know, have my dad and uncle still here and go back in time and just sit and talk to the old guys and just listen to their stories. I wouldn't do any talking.
If you got an award at the track for anything other than training horses and being a good guy, what would the award be?
It's probably embarrassing. I'd probably tear up the buffet at Hoosier Park the most. They'd probably give me an award for that.
Thank you so much for joining me as we checked in with 2017 Trainer of the Year, Brian Brown, at Spring Garden Ranch. I'm Heather Vitale for Harness Racing Update.
Harness Racing Update is the sport's most comprehensive and trusted news source and the fastest growing publication in the game. HRU has you covered with award-winning features and commentary from some of the sport's best writers. Stellar photography, race news, results, entries, handicapping, and video replays. The industry's most comprehensive sales results and Harness Racing's best reader feedback section. And it's all delivered free of charge to your email box multiple times each week. See why HRU is the most trusted news source of the sport's most important people from all facets of the industry. Subscribe today for free. To subscribe, just go to harnessracingupdate.com and then click subscribe for free.